I started thinking about this book when I realized that the question of where things happen in the world is still a really important one. Bloc by Bloc, How to Organize a Global Enterprise for the New Regional Order is a book that tries to explain how economic geography is evolving and the very real consequences for organizations that want to try to reach the world in the post-financial crisis environment. Economic geography is a term that people use to describe where particular kinds of economic processes locate, where things get made, where factories get sited, where data is kept, and more importantly, why things end up where they do. The future of economic geography is no longer global, but it's regional. Now, when I say regional, I don't mean regions defined by geographic boundaries like mountains and oceans and rivers. I mean regions defined by technology standards and policy decisions made by governments. These things are independent of physical geography. Chinese cybersecurity laws are very different than American cybersecurity laws. European privacy regulations are going to be very different than either Chinese or American privacy regulations. And those rules, in a sense, define what it means to move data across a border. Data can move across mountains, data can move across rivers, but it can't move seamlessly across those kind of political regulatory boundaries, which are now the things that are going to define regions going forward. If a leader today asks a really simple question about where she should store her firm's data, where her robots should be located, where her factories need to be, where her people should live and work, there is no single answer that can clearly answer that question for today's world. And that's what the book tries to do. To be an organization that can reach the globe on this new landscape is actually going to mean setting up several full copies that essentially operate on their own within a region. It's not the best world that you can imagine if you grew up thinking that globalization was going to be the landscape you're going to have to navigate. But for people who understand that reality, there's a lot that can be done to make the world a better place than it is today.